I'm just doing this one now. Laying on my back in bed. Been sick as a dog. It might be scurvy. I've been on the road. I don't know what it is, but you know what's hilarious was I went into the guest room because I didn't want to get my wife sick. Slash my podcast studio, right? You know, right next to the garage. And there's this old heater in there. The heater got stuck on 80 degrees. And I couldn't shut it off. And I was like, it was like I would go to 80 and I would go to turn it down and it would still say 80 and then it would go down to like 71. And then when I let go of it, it would go back up to 80. So I was like, what if I go past 80? Will that unfreeze it? You know, this is my technical mind here. And go back down. So I blew past it and went up to 90. And then it got stuck on 90. So I'm out there by myself. And it's just coming out. It's like there's literally a furnace just blasting this hell's fire next to my garage. And I'm out there all by myself. I'm sick as a dog. I'm so excited to be home. And I want to hang out with my kids, and I can't do it because I don't want to get them sick. I can't hang out with my wife, and I'm just out there. And now this heat is just blasting down. So my wife is going to bring something out, unfortunately, to me. And I said, good, because the heater's busted. And she goes out there, and I just went on a nose-clogged tirade about how stupid it is to own a house, because I have everything from the front door lock. From day one, the front door lock didn't work. I had to replace that all the way out to my garage. Everything. Pipe that lasts 100 years, the original one that goes out to the town sewer, the city sewer, that thing went. And I had to get that thing I don't even want to tell you how much that cost me. Charlie Chaplin took shits through that pipe. That's how old that thing was. And these guys came in, had to dig up my driveway, the walk under the house. And I was flipping out. So Nia just goes, calm down. And I go, what do you mean, calm down? What do you mean? I'm not calm. She just walks away. Now, when I'm in that mood, I'm glad she does it. She just walked away. She tried to fix it and she couldn't fix it. She thought, because I suck at technology, even like using a thermostat. It used to be just those little things that you just pushed up and down, and that's what it was, And I've just gotten to this age now where I can't do anything. Oh, my kids are back. I can't do anything, right? Like, I go to a hotel room. It takes me like 20 minutes to figure, like, where is the menu? Is it on an iPad thing? Is it on the TV? How do I work this? How do I turn on the fucking TV? Where the fuck are the lights? I think I talked about this. So I was just coming off the road from that shit. So I can't get this heat to shut off. My wife can't get the heat to shut off. She goes, all right, I'm going to go. And I said, fine, get out of here, right? So she leaves. I apologize the next day, right? Both my fucking nose was clogged up. My head, goddamn, fuck, Dante's Inferno's blasted down on me. I go on the internet and I'm trying to figure this thing out. I got the door wide open. It's freezing cold out. So now I got this ice cold air coming in with this hot shit coming at me. And I'm like, I'm literally going to get malaria here. You can't get malaria unless you get bit by a mosquito there and whatever. You know what I mean? So what I ended up doing was I couldn't figure it out. And I went outside. I just started throwing switches. I had my little iPhone. I couldn't see shit with the flashlight. And I finally found that I just fucking unplugged it. I unplugged it and it went and just stopped. And then I went back into that fucking, dude, it was literally like, you could have taught a hot yoga class in this place. And then I'm laying there on top of the covers. And then what was hilarious was then it slowly became fucking freezing. But there was a moment There was like an 11-minute moment where it was the perfect temperature that I was trying to get. But I feel vindicated because when the guy came to fix it and he took the thermostat thing off, so I don't know. So I've been sick for I don't know how many days, and I've just been having like, you know, like when the universe is telling you to just go back home. It's a great thing with this guy. This Indian guy's going like, you know, if you're having a bad day, just say, F it. Go home. Try again tomorrow. Like, that was just playing in a loop on my head. Like, every thing that could go wrong, like, went wrong. I forgot my daughter's thermos when I dropped her off at school, so I raced back to go get it. And as my wife was coming out, bringing it to me, I was looking at her to make sure she was pulling up. And I didn't look, and I hacked my rim on the curb. I was like, all right, I'll get that fixed. I know a place that levels it out and paints it up and whatever, right? Drive down, drop that off, come back. My son wants to go for a ride in the old truck. So I say, I'm going to take him for a ride. Just drive up the hill, you know, a couple streets over. I can get up into the hills where the people have the views, right? And I go to start it up, nothing. I mean, not even a noise. And I was like, you mother. So then I called AAA, and I haven't called them in years. And they're like, do you want to use a virtual assistant? And I'm like, no. You know? And then they're like, is this address your home address? I'm like, no. It's like, I'm not giving you all this fucking information. I pay you fucking money. I'll tell you where I'm at. Just fucking come over and throw a fucking battery in it. They were great, by the way. But that whole system, we just sent you a text message. Did you get it? And I did. And I just said, no. I just don't play the game. I wish you guys would stop playing the game. You know? I just say, no, not doing it. I want to talk to a person. I want you to send a person. I want to talk to the person and then figure it out. So the guy finally shows up, and I'm thinking the whole time, like, I literally could have driven to AutoZone and just bought a battery. I mean, replacing a battery has got to be, other than an air filter, the easiest thing to do on a car. And that's what I was thinking the whole time, and I'm just like, whatever. So I got a new battery out of it. So then I handled that. And then the one highlight of my day was I took my son up the hill. You know, I go down side streets, and then I cross one main street. There was nobody there. And I just took him up, and we were going up the hill, and he's going up the hill. And at one point we were driving up the hill, and, you know, the truck makes all this noise. It's an old school truck, you know. And I looked over at him, and he looked at me, and he just ear to ear, broke into an ear to ear grin. And I was just like, this is what it's all about, you know? Like, he's gonna someday, you know, when I'm gone, my dad used to take me up that truck, and we had a great time. I just, like, in the moment knew that was gonna be like one of those things. And I'll tell you, I'm teaching both my kids how to drive that thing, you know, how to drive a stick. I really believe in that shit, you know, and I hate these goddamn iPads and stuff. Like, my daughter, like, now that, you know, she has access to one, if you don't let her have one, it's like she's going through a breakup. So anyway, continuing my day, you know, even though I'm under the weather, I drop my kid off because, you know, it's an important thing to me. Driving my kid to school and picking her up and being there, right? So, you know, we listen to all kinds of music and stuff. Like, I introduced her to the Talking Heads, which was so cool, right? I went with the party song, Swamp. She kind of liked it or whatever, but then I was like, she kind of wasn't feeling it, so I went mainstream and played Burning Down the House. Now she loves that song, and she wants me not to sing it. She goes, Dad, don't sing it. I want to listen to it. So